Shalom, Israel. It's that time again. The I.S.U.P.K. under Commanding General YAHANNA presents the Lord's 57th Annual Passover. That's right, the Lord's 57th Annual Passover, April 4th, 2026 in Houston, Texas. All Black, Hispanics, and Native Americans are commanded to observe the Lord's Passover. This will be the biggest Passover to date. You do not want to miss this. Fresh lamb, fresh wine, and bitter herbs as commanded by the Most High. Only $200 per person ages 17 and up. The biggest event of the year. There is only one Passover, and it's under Commanding General YAHANNA. See you there, Israel. Shalom.
Nobody else there to compare to. Train for war, men of war, and warlike apparel. Prefer our leaders, can't get between us. Watch where you stepping.
Back row.
You'll never see another nigga like this. Used to have that white bitch popping on the night shift. Now I'm one westward, sharper than an ice pick. On you rappers' necks and it's feeling like some vice grips. Yeah, that's light shit. Send my bro a kite quick. Times of war, we ain't forget about you. Keep your light lit. Rappers can't see. Most of them scared to witness. Go and close your eyes. That's one right here for the trenches. Bad bitches, natural hair or extensions. Hood niggas that'll probably grip like some dentures. Brothers on them fences. 23 and 1 out. Praying at that commissary hit before it run out. Bitches on the gram, dog filter with their tongue out. Couldn't stay home because they found the dugout. Closed casket, burner in the low jacket. My co-captain, riding on these whole rappers. My hoes fabulous. Now I don't mean that derogatory, but I'm a player and there's no my women riding for me. I avoided Maury. I got 2 jets. If I can't make it through for them, then I'm useless. Sit down that roof, Chris, with a couple bosses. After the war, just to count our losses. It's not many. You see a smile on my face, but I'm not friendly. Gun on my waist, sipping white Henny. I just hope this shit go right. Living in the dark, you don't know light. Gotta got my heart with my bow tie. Waiting on the storm in my whole life. I just hope this shit go right. Living in the dark, you don't know light. Gotta got my heart with my bow tie. Living in the storm in my whole life. My whole life. It's so melodic. When I be dropping this ebonics, this ghetto phonics, it got me on the level supersonic. My bomb atomic, and you know where you can find me. Somewhere probably folding this paper origami. My name is pure as the Sani. My wave is like a tsunami. I went from 0 to 100, feeling like Ricky Bobby. I made a deal with the Reaper. Got a couple wives, they some keepers. Talk a lot of shit, but you can't walk a mile in my sneakers. Bitches go to Miami, come home with change features. Now she got a BBL, her ass fatter. Trying to show up all them niggas that laughed at her. Now when they see her, they only wanna fuck her. They just wanna touch her. They don't wanna cuff her. They just wanna come and kick it with her like a punter. Turned her to a runner, now it's all aboard the train. Fenty on her face, but it's not concealing the pain. It's a shame. So I'm in the hood like some rap snacks. I know niggas kill you and your mama for a scat pack. Dark tint, matte black, they do it for half that. Had you like 90s, we see in a fucking trash bag. I'm from Philly, we don't do bank accounts, just cash app. I spit a verse and I just watch the time slow. This that God flow, this that shit that rappers die for. This that uncut Tahoe Wall straight from Pablo Escobar. I be at the bar like Moscato. They think it's effort, but no, this that block work. Make the countermeasures, take pleasures, making an op hurt. Light is in the sky, cause every verse is a concert. My mind work at speed y'all can't fathom. Listen to the words of a champion. You can't. The streets need another anthem. I just hope this shit go right. Living in the dark, you don't know light. Gotta got my heart with my bow tie. Waiting on the score in my whole life. I just hope this shit go right. Living in the dark, you don't know life. Gotta got my heart with my bow tie. Living in this world in my whole life. My whole life. Okay.
Hear the hunger in my voice, they used to tell me to speak up. The problem wasn't what I was saying, they couldn't keep up. Instead of moving around with some patience, they tried to speed up. It got colder than a bitter bitch, found me a way to heat up. What's a favor for a favor if we all didn't make it? Kept it 100 with everybody, but they just gonna change. I ain't get caught up in the hype, cause I ain't feel like I made it. Couldn't picture me here now, but here's your moment to frame. And I ain't never understand that self-entitlement spirit. I felt your vibe, I don't wanna get near it. Before I made the appearance, I took a second, took a look in the mirror. This God, Lord, the only thing that I fear. Y'all got me fucked up. It's all passion, it's tradition, it ain't fashion. It's no action, they make threats and it's still passive. I think massive, no response, that's still tact. Y'all should quit rapping. Cheap shots, I'm cinematic. I ain't average, I'm an overdose fanatic. I go, you lose and win like asthmatics. I got first, that's automatic. I'm the best in my division. In the ghetto like the pigeons, in the hood like the engine. You a bull for that chicken. I don't fake split the sentence cause my mind made up, nigga. We in the end of time, but my time ain't up. Now when I was young and running wild and wide-eyed like a cabbage patch, I had to get it as vivid, adapted to my habitat. It's certain shit I won't do, certain shit you can't prove. My shit sound like a payday, yours like more when the rent. If I had $1 for every dime you counted, I would be broke. Watching me coast, got a better chance, boxing the go. And they know I'm raw, and they know the squad, and I'm feeling lost, still in charge. I don't make it follow, I follow the law. Standing tall like they on Mars. I just got a call from my bro, he behind the wall, he told me let it off. Niggas lying for some cat, I got a different line in me. Everybody intimidated, I got that guy in me. You can focus on the dimes, I'd rather keep my nine with me. Help me get this off the ground, just know you won't fly with me now.
I try to make the news, I ain't playing by the rules. I've been trying to play it cool, but that ain't gonna be the living. Y'all out here looking like fool. Home truth, I ain't never had to choose.
I'm trying to get beamed up, man. Y'all trying to make the news. I ain't playing by the rules. I've been trying to play it cool, but that ain't gonna pay the bill. Y'all out here looking like fool. Home of the truth, y'all ain't never had to choose. Trying to get beamed up, man. Y'all trying to make the news. I ain't playing by the rules. I've been trying to play it cool, but that ain't gonna pay the bill. Y'all out here looking like fool. Home of the truth, y'all ain't never had to choose. Trying to get beamed up.
Oh. Hey, Shalom, Israel. We are the I.S.U.P.K. Started out at 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commander General YAHANNA. Since 1969, we have been teaching the truth, according to the Bible, that blacks, Hispanics, and natives are the 12 tribes of Israel. Man, listen, tonight, we get into a heavy topic tonight. We're talking about the Feast of Purim. We are in the opening of the Feast of Purim, man. Y'all have any questions, go on and throw them in the chat. If you have any questions throughout the class, feel free to throw them in the chat. We get into it tonight, man. You know what I'm saying? We got the Feast of Purim tonight, which is the opening. We're going to go into Esther. We're going to go into Mordecai. We're going to talk about Haman. We're going to talk about King Ahasuerus. We're going to talk about all these folks. And it's important that we talk about it tonight because what's going on right now in Iran? If everybody's seeing what's going on in Iran, what's going on in Israel, right in the what y'all see going on in Iran and what's going on in Israel? Listen, man, there's a lot going on right now. You know what I mean? There's a lot going on. There's a lot of missiles flying. There's a lot of death and destruction going on. You know what I'm saying? It sounds like it could be the opening of World War III. You feel me? Listen, man, I'm very excited about this. You understand? But the Feast of Purim plays right into that, man, and we're going to get into that tonight, man. But first, Let me make sure I give a recognition to the brothers in here, man. I got Officer 500 Dazar Moff in here with me, man. You know, get that brother a hand. I got Officer 50 Konata Doc in here with me. Get that brother a hand. You know what I'm saying? Rocking out with us tonight. Listen, I'm going to say shalom. Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shah Barakathum to all the brothers. Shalom, Yahweh Shemal Athun, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah to all the sisters, man. Yeah, man. Let's go and get into it. Let's go to Esther chapter 1. Let's get over to Esther chapter 1, and we're going to read a little bit of this background, man. You know what I mean? Get a little bit of this background. Because, you know, the beautiful part about this story is that the Most High is always going to stand with Israel, man. The Most High is always going to be on the side of Israel, always going to be with us, man. You know what I mean? Always going to be here to support us and give us some, what do you call that? To give us some shelter, some protection, man. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, that's a beautiful thing is that the Lord is always going to be on our side, man. You know what I'm saying? The Lord was on the side of us when we was in this captivity here in the story of Esther. He's on our side today, man. You know what I mean? And that's what we're going to get into tonight, man, with the story of Esther, man. You know what I'm saying? Go on and read that when you got it, Kunal Bible Shop.
This is the book of Esther, chapter 1, verse 1. Now it came to pass in the days of
Assurance.
Mm-hmm. This is Assurance which reigned from India even unto Ethiopia, over 120 provinces.
Right, he had 127 provinces. This is King Assurance, and they say he reigned from India all the way to Ethiopia. If I had a map to show you how far that kingdom was, that's from India all the way to Ethiopia, man. That heathen had a lot of big kingdom. You understand? You got to remember that at this time the Babylonians did reign over us, and then the Persians and the Medes came to reign over us. All right, keep going. Mm-hmm.
That in those days, when the king Assurance sat on the throne of his kingdom,
mm-hmm.
which was in
Shushan, mm-hmm.
the palace, verse 3.
Uh-huh.
In the third year of his reign, he made a feast unto all his princes
mm-hmm.
and his servants,
uh-huh.
the power of Persia,
uh-huh.
and Media, and the nobles, and the prince of the provinces being before him.
Right, he said in the third year of his reign, that's when he had a feast day. He threw a party. And he said in that party, he had all of his princes, all of his servants, and all the power of Persia and the Medes. You understand? And he said that the nobles and the provinces and being before him. Keep going.
Verse 4.
Mm-hmm.
When he showed the riches of his glorious kingdom,
uh-huh.
and the honor of his excellent majesty, many days.
How many days?
Many days.
How many days?
Many days.
Uh-huh.
Even 104 days.
That's how he said he had 180 days. That's how long he had this feast day King Assurance was doing. That man said he was partying and going out for 180 days. How long is 180 days, Kunal? You know how long 800 days is?
80 days?
God. 90 days. That's 6 months this nigga balled out. This heathen balled out for 6 months. Keep going.
Come. Verse 5. And when these days were expired,
mm-hmm.
the king made a feast unto all the people that were present in Shushan,
uh-huh.
the palace, both unto great and small, 7 days,
mm-hmm.
in the court of the garden of the king's palace.
He said, and when them 180 days was over, he wasn't done. He did another feast. He had another party for a whole week for the folks that stayed behind. Keep going. Mm-hmm.
Where were white, green, and blue hangings,
yeah.
fastened with cords of fine line,
mm-hmm.
and purple to silver rings,
uh-huh.
and pillars of marble.
Yeah.
The beds were of gold and silver,
uh-huh.
upon a pavement of red and blue and white,
yep.
and black marble.
Right. So as you can see, these next couple of verses is going to describe the decadence. It's going to describe the decadence that was there, man. That the decadence of this people when they had the gold on their bed, they had gold all in their chain, gold all in their watch, like somebody said, man. You know what I mean? He had all of this going on, and that this is describing that they were happy to do it. Drop down to verse 9.
Verse 9. Also, Vashti,
Mm-hmm.
The queen made a feast for the women
Yeah.
in the royal house which belonged to King Ashur.
So even Vashti or Vashti, whatever her name is, however you say it, she had a party. You understand? Keep going.
Verse 10. On the seventh day, when the heart of the king was merry with wine, he commanded the human, Biztha,
Mm-hmm.
Harbona,
Yep.
Biztha,
Yep.
Abagatha,
Mm-hmm.
Zatha, and Carcas, the 7 chamberlains that serve in the presence of Ashur,
To do what?
to bring Vashta, the queen, before the king with the crown royal,
Mm-hmm.
to show the people and the princess her beauty.
Right.
For she was fair to look on.
So he wanted to show his real bout. He wanted to show his queen off. So he balled for 6 months, had another follow-up party, an after party, so to speak, for a whole week. And now he said, now these gonna be his one, this is gonna be his boys, all his captains, all of his you know what I mean, princes and chamberlain, all these people that was with him. He said, I want to bring out my rib and show y'all how beautiful he is, right? How beautiful she is. But what happened? Mm-hmm.
But the queen fasted, refused to come at the king's commandment by his chamberlains. Therefore was the king very wroth, and his anger burning.
Yeah, so he said, yeah, I'm gonna bring Vashti out. I want her to come out and show y'all. I want to show y'all how. I want to flex and show y'all how beautiful she is. So so he's basically like called and said, hey, come on out here. I want you to see him. When he called her, what happened? She didn't come out. And because of that, King Ashur was very upset. Go ahead, verse 13.
Verse 13. The king said to the wise men, which knew the time, for so was the king's manner toward all that knew laws and judgment. Verse 14.
Go to drop to 15.
Verse 15. What shall we do unto the queen Vashti according to the law, because she hath not performed the commandment of the king Ashur by the chamberlain?
So what shall we do? That's what they want to know. What shall we do? Because she didn't listen to the king's commandment. Keep going.
Vashti, the queen, had not done wrong to the king only,
right?
But also to the princes and to all the people that are in all the provinces.
So she said, so the princess said that not only did he do wrong, she do wrong to you, king, but she also did wrong to us. Because what you're going to find out is that these brothers, so like these heathens knew that if a woman gets to denying and defying and getting real rambunctious, that these other women that watch her are going to do the same thing in her house. You know what I'm saying? They're going to do the same thing at their house, be real defiant, real dysfunction. You understand what I'm saying? So they said, we got to address it now, because if we don't, this is going to happen in all of our houses, all right? Verse, let's see, verse 18.
Likewise shall the ladies of Persia immediately say this day unto all the king princes, which have heard the deed of the queen.
Right.
Thus said there arise too much contempt and wrath.
Right. Hold on. So that's what we just talked about, right? That's just going to be just like that. So what he says, he basically took away, because of this, King Ashur took away her queendom, and she was no longer the queen of this Persian empire. And now he was on the hunt for another queen. And this is when we start talking about Esther coming in. All right. Let's go to verse 5, chapter 2, verse 5. Verse 4. Read it, verse 4. Esther chapter 2, verse 4.
This is the book of Esther, chapter 2, verse 4. And let the maiden which pleases the king be queen instead of Vashti. And the thing pleased the king, and he did so.
Right. So he did that. Go ahead.
Verse 5. And in Susan, the palace, there was a certain Jew whose name was
Mordecai.
Mordecai, the son of
Jair.
the son of Shemaiah, the son of Kish, and a Benjamite.
A what?
A Benjamite.
Anybody know what tribe, where the Benjamites are from right now? Anybody know where the Benjamites are from right now? Go ahead. Jamaica. Those Jamaicans, man. That's who Mordecai was. He's from the tribe of Benjamin. You understand? And he's living in this land of Shushan. He's living near the palace of Shushan. You understand? Keep going. Mm-hmm.
Who had been carried away from Jerusalem with the captivity which had been carried away with Johanan,
Mm-hmm.
king of Judah, whom
Nebuchadnezzar,
the king of Babylon, had carried away.
So they had been carried away into the Shushan when the Babylonians took over Jerusalem. You understand? And when the Babylonians took over Jerusalem, but then the Persians defeated the Babylonians, that's why he's still there because of that. You understand what I'm saying? So, let me ask y'all a question. Why do you think Mordecai was in Shushan? Why do you think Mordecai was in Shushan? What reason would he have to be in Shushan? What do you think he was doing in Shushan?
Basically away from captivity, for with the treatment that he was in.
Yeah.
So it's basically trying to find a new, trying to find freedom.
Well, he's still in captivity because he's under the rulership of Persia. He's under this Persian rulership now. You know what I'm saying? So he's in captivity because he got carried away from Jerusalem and now he's in Shushan. So what do you think he was doing in Shushan? Zalma, what you think? What you think he was doing in Shushan? If you all right, let me get you like this. Go ahead. If Shushan back then was like DC today, right? Washington, DC, that's the capital, right? You in the capital city of DC, right? You're in the District of Columbia, right? What do you think those brothers are doing up there in DC right now? It's talking about in the hoods of DC. This brother was living near the palace. What they doing up there? He wasn't feeling the school. He wasn't feeling the school. Huh? Serving? In what capacity though? What they doing up there in DC? What they do up in DC? Yeah, for sure. Mm-hmm.
He getting more privileges than the slaves outside, right?
Damn right. But I would go ahead. I'm gonna let Zalma go before I give it to you. But you close to it. He had some power. Mordecai had some power. So he was a slave, but he had power. You know what I'm saying? It's just like the politicians and the congressmen that's up there, them slick suit wearing ass niggas up there in DC right now. You know what I'm saying? Mordecai was one of them slick suit type niggas. You know what I'm saying? He had that power. He had position because he was close to the White House. He was close to Shushan in the palace. You know what I'm saying? So that's how he was. But he knew who he was because he come from Jerusalem. Keep going. Verse 7. Hadassah.
That is Esther,
Mm-hmm.
his uncle's daughter, for she had neither father nor mother,
Mm-hmm.
and the maid was fair and beautiful.
Mm.
Whom Mordecai, when his father and mother were dead,
Yeah.
her his own daughter.
Right. So Hadassah, who is Esther, what is Hadassah? That's her Hebrew name, right? We know that. That's her Hebrew name, right? So Hadassah, which she had to take on the name Esther in Babylon, was being raised by Mordecai. You know what I mean? Because her parents died back then. So even back then, you can see how brothers was living, how we was living our life back then. Same today. A brother or sister ain't got no mother and father. A brother doesn't know his mother and father because of whatever reason she may be going through or he may be going through. You know what I mean? Keep going.
Mm-hmm. So it came to pass when the king's commandments
Mm-hmm.
and his decree was heard, and when many maidens were gathered together unto Shushan
Mm-hmm.
palace to the custody of Haggah,
Mm-hmm.
that Esther was brought also unto the king's house to the custody of Haggah, keeper of the women.
Right. So Hagar, whatever his name was the one that was in charge of this. You understand? He was the one that was in charge of the women, and that he had to make sure that these women was in order and they was prepared for the king. You know what I mean? And this is when Esther came in, and Mordecai was like, all right, let me put Esther in place. You know what I'm saying? Let me put Esther in place. Let me put her in position so she can have this life. You understand? You might have, you got it. All right, read that, Bogus Show. Verse 9. Yeah, come on.
Book of Esther, chapter 2, verse 9.
Mm-hmm.
And the maid pleased him, and she obtained kindness of him.
Right.
And he speedily gave her things for purification, with such things as belonged to her, and 7 maidens,
right,
which were meet to be given her out of the king's house.
Right. So 1 second. So this sister Esther, right? She was a Benjamite again, or a Slaggy. Yeah, she probably was a Benjamite, likely because Mordecai was a Benjamite. But this sister was bad. However, when she went in front of Hagar saw her and knew that she was good, knew that she was good looking, and gave her 7 maidens. You know what I'm saying? And gave her 7 maidens and gave her the things she needed for purification. Keep going. Mm-hmm.
And he preferred her and her maids unto the best place of the house of the women.
Right, preferred her to the best house of the women. You understand? Go ahead.
Verse 10.
Uh-huh.
Esther had not showed her people nor her kindred.
Well, let me ask you, what do you think that means, that he had not showed her people nor her kindred? What does that mean? What does that mean? It's for her to say that she had not showed her people nor her kindred. Wait, who are?
Esther had not showed her people nor her kindred.
Right, verse 10, yeah.
Basically not. Are we saying like power or anything like that? Like what is I'm showing?
Yeah, kind of. That's the thing. So that's what I'm asking. What do you think she was being shown? What is this? So, all right, let's get the context real quick, right? And I'm coming over there to you. So, I like it. Go ahead, Mom. You got it. Go ahead and get the answer. Oh, you got it. You got it.
Oh no, I don't know about that. Oh, so like I guess it would show she didn't want people to look at her a certain way. I guess like because you getting kind of like getting this position of power.
Right. Well, I say it to you like this. I'm gonna give it to you like this. Like if you look at it like this, right? With they was under Hagar, right? And there was a whole bunch of women, and she was in this house with all these women, right? What do you think is going on inside that house? What is happening inside that house? Go ahead, sis. Oh, Esther chapter 2, we in verse 10. So like.
So you said it's a whole bunch of women.
Mm-hmm.
And they all gathered around.
Right, what they doing? Looking, and what else they doing? What's supposed love to do? Huh? What they doing? What's sister love to do? Talk. They love to talk. Sisters love to talk. So the scripture here says that verse 10, Esther had not showed her people nor her kindred. So they in there talking, but she says she had not showed her people nor her kindred. The sister had a hand up. Go ahead. That's right, 100%. So she is not showing that her background. She just in there not talking about herself. She ain't talking about nothing specific. She playing it raw right now. Hush, right? She peeping the scene, watching everything, right? Because what did Mordecai say? Read the rest of that verse, Alma. Now you start at the top.
Chapter 2, verse 10.
Mm-hmm.
Esther had not showed her people nor her kindred, for Mordecai had charged her that she should not show.
So Mordecai knew what was going to happen. And Mordecai told her straight up, when you go ahead, don't say shit, be quiet. So like, because don't say nothing, be quiet, listen, just watch and see, right? Don't tell who you are. Just let it just ride. You know what I'm saying? Be cool. But keep going. Whichever one y'all want to read it. Keep going. Uh-huh.
And Mordecai walked every day before the court of the women's house to know how Esther did and what should become of her.
Right. He want to know what's going on. Right? He checking on her to see how she doing. How she living in there? How is everything going? What's going to happen next? Because he is in charge of her. Keep going. Uh-huh.
Now, when every maid's turn was come to go to the king of Shur, after that she had been 12 months according to the manner of the women. For so were the days of their purification accomplished. To wit, 6 months with oil of myrrh, and 6 months with sweet odors, and with other things for the purifying of the women.
So since she went through a 12 months, you understand? 12 months. Why you think they was doing all this? Why y'all think they was doing all this? If y'all in the chat, man, y'all ask these questions too, man. Y'all answer these questions too. I'm watching the chat right now. Why y'all think they was doing all that? Now remember the times that you are in, right? Remember the time and where these folks coming from and everything like that. Go ahead, sis. Getting ready to show the king. So what does that mean? What's she doing? What is she doing? For sure. Damn right. And also what? Like also she's bathing herself too, right? And I wanted to make sure we touch on that because the important part of this is like back then you had sisters, you had women, period, from all over the world, right? You had women from Germany, you had women from France, you had women from India, you went all the way down to Hamite, and you know, everybody ain't as clean. You understand what I'm saying? So she went through a 12-month purification process. And where it says 6 months of being bathed in the oil of myrrh. And then 6 months of being bathed in sweet odors and things that are for the purifying of the women. So this woman, this sister, Esther, was 12 months being prepared for the king. What you think she looked like after that? What you think she looked like after that? Like you about to get another rib at that point, ain't I? Yeah, man. That's what was going through it. She was getting ready for it, man. You understand? All right, keep going.
Then thus came every maiden unto the king. Whatsoever she desired was given her to go with her out of the house of the women unto the king house.
Right.
Verse 14. In the evening she went, and on the morrow she returned into the second house of the women, to the custody of Shashagash, the king of Chamberlain, which kept the concubines. She came in unto the king no more.
Right.
Except the king delighted in her.
Right.
And that she were called by name.
So you see what's going on, right? So she went over to see the king, and what happened? He was delighted in her, right? And that he was able to call her by name. I'm sure with all the women that they pulled from all of his 127 provinces, he probably didn't know everybody by name, but he knew Esther by name. You understand? And he knew who she was because of how she carried herself. You understand? She knew who she was and how she got down. You know what I mean? All right, let's go.
Now, when the turn of Esther,
drop to verse 17.
Verse 17. And the king loved Esther,
right,
above all the women. And she obtained grace and favor in his sight, more than all the virgins, so that he set the royal crown on her head, and made her queen instead of Vashti.
And made her queen instead of who? Vashti, right? Vashti is who was queen, and now it's Esther who's the queen. You understand? So the king made a feast for all his servants and all his princes, and made a feast for Esther. And they gave gifts according to the state of the kings. Boom. So again, verse 20, read this, let's touch on verse 20. So even after all of this being chosen by the king and being chosen, knowing that she is the queen, verse 20.
Esther had not yet shown her kindred, nor her people, or Mordecai had charged her. For Esther did the commandment of Mordecai,
right,
like as when she was brought up.
So Esther still didn't reveal who she was. Even though she made it all the way to queen, she still ain't tell nobody who she was. She kept the order that was given to her from Mordecai. You understand? She kept that order. All right. Let's see. Well, I want to keep going. Let's drop verse 21.
In those days, while Mordecai sat in the king's gates, two of the king's chamberlains, Bigthan and Teresh, of those which kept the door, were wroth and sought to lay a hand on the king assuredly.
Right. So he says, while Mordecai sat in the king's gate, he heard of a plot, basically. He heard a plot of these two chamberlains plotting on the king, right? They wanted to lay hands on him, so he heard the plot. Keep going. Uh-huh.
And the thing was known to Mordecai, who told it unto Esther the queen. And Esther certified the king thereof Mordecai's name.
Right.
And when
Inquisition
was made of the matter, it was found out. Therefore, they were both hanged on a tree.
Right.
And it was written in the book of the Chronicles before the king.
So that's going to be important because what Mordecai just did is he just found out that they had a plot on the king and that he prevented that from happening. And he told Esther, Esther told the king, and now they prevented that plot. So that's an important thing, right? Because now he done found something that was going on, stopped it from happening. That's good. All right. Zama, you could read chapter 3. We're going to start at verse 1. We're going to get into this nasty devil here.
This is the book of Esther, chapter 3, verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
After these things, the king Ahasuerus promote Haman, the son of Hammedatha, the Agagite,
Mm-hmm.
and advanced him and set his seat above all the princes that were with him.
Right. So we're talking about Haman, right? Now we're talking about Haman. If y'all know the story, you know who Haman is. That's a dirty bastard. Keep going right there.
Verse 2, and all the king's servants that were in the king's gate bowed and reverenced Haman.
And bowed and reverenced Haman. Keep going.
For the king had so commanded concerning him.
Concerning Haman. Haman had got raised up. He didn't got promoted to the top prince. He got promoted to the top position, man. And he said, the king said, now when Haman come around, everybody got to bow down before him. This is, of course, an Edomite. This is definitely a white man right here. You know what I'm saying? That's who this is. If you go back and do the research, that's who Haman is. He's an Edomite. And now this Edomite that got raised up and wants everybody to bow down before him. However, keep going.
But Mordecai,
being a real nigga, Mordecai being a real nigga did what?
Bowed not.
Uh-huh.
Nor did him reverence. Man. Mordecai said, I don't mess with that nigga. I ain't been to bow down to this nigga. You know what I'm saying? It's heavy how he did it too, because like I think about even on the job. Even on the job, this is all a job, right? This is a slavery. Even on your slavery, you got a lead that you got to bow down to. You got a manager that you got to bow down to. But Mordecai ain't bowing down to that nigga. He's not respecting his position. Keep going. Verse 3. The king's servants, which were in the king's gate, said unto Mordecai, why transgressest thou the king's commandment?
Right, and everybody want to know. It's all about why you ain't bowing down to this new AM here. Why you ain't bowing down? Why you ain't bowing down to this new supervisor, man? Everybody asking Mordecai, why you ain't doing this? Keep going.
Now it came to pass, they spake daily unto him, and he hearkened not unto them, that they told Haman to see whether Mordecai's matters would stand. For he had told them that he was a Jew.
Right. He knew, Mordecai knew who he was. He knew that he was an Israelite. He knew that he couldn't bow down to no white man. He couldn't bow down to nobody else except the Most High God. He knew that. And they told him that. And when they kept asking, it didn't come about. You understand? Keep going.
And when Haman saw that Mordecai bowed not, nor did him reverence, then was Haman full of wrath.
Full of wrath. Everybody else bowed down except Mordecai. And because Mordecai didn't want to bow down, now Haman is full of wrath. And now he got to kill all the Jews. Ain't that crazy? Ain't that crazy how these oppressors do, man? And the thing about it is like, what hits me is that even in the sense of like, the white man ain't even in charge. He ain't the king. You know what I'm saying? King Ahasuerus was not an Edomite. King Ahasuerus was like a Persian, right? So I think that's like, I don't know what Persia is today. I think they like Middle Eastern type shit. I think there's something like that, right? So even though the Middle Easterns were in charge of everything, Haman still got raised up and still wanted to disrespect. I'm trying not to cuss. Still wanted to disrespect and still look down on blacks. Still look down on us, man. You know what I'm saying? Still look down on how we get down. Because that's how they do, man. And it's like this it's been like this for thousands and thousands of years, man. You know what I'm saying? Keep going. So like let me see where we want to go next. Yeah, read that next verse by Ukashah.
And he thought scorn to lay hands on Mordecai alone, but they had showed him the people of Mordecai.
Mm-hmm.
Wherefore Haman sought to destroy all the Jews.
How many of the Jews?
All the Jews that were throughout the whole kingdom of Assur, even the people of Mordecai.
So he wanted to destroy all the Jews because Mordecai didn't bow down to him. Ain't that crazy? Go ahead. Such the white man.
That's 100%. Like one nigga do something, I gotta kill
all y'all gotta go.
But
yeah, man. Yeah, man. This said just because one of y'all didn't want to bow down, all y'all got to go. That's how the white man is. He gonna destroy all of y'all. Just because, well, I think even right now in Iran, you got the Ayatollah didn't want to bow down. So instead of just unaliving Ayatollah by itself, they unalived Ayatollah and all his head men that was with him. That's how the white man is. He's a dirty bastard, man. Let's keep going.
Verse 7. In the first month, that is the month Nisan, in the 12th year of King Ahasuerus, they cast Pur, that is the lot, before Haman for day to day, and from month to month, to the 12th month, that is the month of God.
Right, so they cast Pur, which is the lot, right? They cast a lot on Haman. Haman was in charge. That's how much power he had. All right, keep going.
And Haman said unto King Ahasuerus, there is a certain people scattered abroad and dispersed among the people in all provinces of thy kingdom. Their laws are diverse from all people.
Right.
Neither keep they the king's laws, therefore it is not for the king's profit to suffer. So
Haman already coming to the king. Haman coming to the king, and he finna snitch, and he finna rat, and he want to get rid of him. He doing everything he can to let's go on and get rid of these Jews. You understand? Keep going.
If it please the king, let it be written that they may be destroyed.
And
I will pay 10,000 talents of silver to the hands of those that have the charge of the business to bring it into the king's treasury.
Right. He said he gonna give 10. He putting 10 bands on their head. He putting 10 talents of silver on their head, man. That's how much he wanted to get rid of them. Because Mordecai didn't bow down to him. He said, now I got to put 10 talents of silver on y'all head and get rid of everybody. Out of 127 provinces, we now got to get rid of all of these Israelites. We now got to get rid of them, man. You understand? We got to get rid of them. Somebody said, what's this? Listen, man. Hey, listen, we are in the Feast of Purim. We in the I.S.U.P.K, Alabama. If y'all have any questions, go on and jump in the chat. Bring your questions out. We'll answer your questions, man. We're talking about Esther in the Bible right now, man. We on Esther chapter 3, verse 10. You know what I mean? We reading from there. If you have any questions, bring them out. All right. So he put 10 talents of silver. That's what he did. He gave it to them. He gave it to them and said, do what you want to do with them. In verse 11, do what seemeth good. All right. And on top of that, so now Haman has talked to the king, and Haman has told the king that these Israelites got to go. And he took a letter, he wrote the letter and sent it to all the provinces and said that these people need to be dealt with. You understand? And they had all this money to do away with them. had all of this money to be in charge and make sure that they suffered and they were done away with, man. You understand? Let's go to verse 13, Baba Kushai.
Oh, God. Esther chapter 3, verse 13. And the letters were sent by post into all the king's provinces to destroy, to kill, and to cause to perish all Jews, both young and old, little children and women, in one day, even upon the 13th day of the 12th month,
right,
which is the month Adar, and to take the spoil of them for prey.
Right. They wanted to do it in a day, son. They didn't want to do it in one day. Man, listen, this is how the devil get down, man. That's why we say he's the devil, because he certainly is. All right. Boom. Let's drop down to verse 4. Read chapter 4, verse 1.
Esther chapter 4, verse 1. Mordecai perceived all that was done. Mordecai rent his clothes and put on sackcloth with ashes, and went out into the midst of the city, and cried at a loud and a bitter cry.
Right.
Verse 2, and came even before the king gates, for none might enter the king gates cloth with sackcloth.
Yeah, so you can't have no sackcloth on. Why do you think he did that sackcloth? Why do you think he put on sackcloth? What was the purpose of the sackcloth? What was the purpose of it? I ain't gonna go with that. Not to not be recognized. I'm gonna Zama. You got it, Zama. Read it. Yes.
Putting on this, it's kind of showing that you kind of he's like he's got some burdens going.
Right. Like he mourning or something.
Yeah. That's what I would.
I'm gonna let the sister go. Go ahead, sister.
Normally, when they fast, they put on sackcloth to inflict their flesh. So he was mourning, he was mad.
Right. That's right.
So he definitely could get attention going to the king's gate with that sackcloth.
Right. 100%. Damn right, sis. Damn right. Go ahead. What's your first say?
I would say, pleading, asking for the king.
Damn right.
Please, so make it stop.
Yeah, I think both forgive me, all y'all correct. I think it's like ain't no thinking. He wore that sackcloth because he was being real with his situation. His people were being unalived, and his people were being oppressed and destroyed in the provinces. So he put that sackcloth on because he was in that state of mourning, and he was in a state of, hey man, this is not right. He's a what do you call it? What's the word I'm looking for? He was not revolting, but I can't think of the word I'm looking for. But basically, he was telling everybody that he didn't like what was going on, and he was saying that this is not what I want to see happening. You understand? That's what he was all about. And he wore that sackcloth at the king's gate to show that. You understand? It made it clear that he wasn't with it. Keep going. Verse 3, Baba Kushai. Right. Right, because this was a terrible thing that happened. All over this kingdom, they was attacking and destroying Israelites, man. Attacking and destroying the Jews because of what Haman did and how he felt mistreated by Mordecai. You understand? Boom. I want to keep reading, but I gotta get to this point. We got a little bit of time. Y'all don't mind reading, do y'all? I can read some. Let me read some. I don't want to have y'all reading all night, Kuna. You know what I'm saying? Verse 4. So Esther's maids and her chamberlains came and told it her. Then was the queen exceedingly grieved, and she sent raiment to clothe Mordecai and to take away his sackcloth from him. but he received it not. So Esther saw that Mordecai was out there in a situation looking rough and looking bad. And Esther was like, man, give him some clothes so he don't look so bad. But Mordecai didn't want it. They called Esther YAHANNA, or however you say his name, one of the king's chamberlains, whom he had appointed to attend upon her, and gave him a commandment to Mordecai to know what it was and why it was. So even the fact that Israelites were being unalived throughout the whole kingdom, Esther didn't know that. That was something that she wasn't even privy to. You know what I mean? Like she wasn't even privy to that. She didn't know that these things were going on because she was in that queen in that situation. You know what I'm saying? She was a queen. So Hattak went forth to Mordecai into the street of the city, which was before the king's gate. And Mordecai told him all that had happened unto him, and into the sum of the money that Haman had promised to pay the king's treasuries for the Jews to destroy them. Also, he gave them the copy of the writing that was given to Shushan to destroy them, to show it unto Esther, and to declare it unto her, and to go charge her that she should go in unto the king to make supplication unto him, and to make requests before him for her people. And Hattak came and told Esther the words of Mordecai. Again, Esther spake unto Hattak and gave him commandment unto Mordecai. All the king's servants and the people of the king's provinces know that whosoever and whether a man or woman shall come unto the king and to the inner court who is not called, there is one law of his to put him to death. So that's basically telling you that Mordecai is telling Esther that you got to go in and talk to the king. Mordecai told Esther that you got to go and make supplication for us because they're killing us out here. But Esther was afraid. Esther was afraid because she knew if she went into the king unrequested, he would kill her. You understand? And that there had to be a certain condition that she had to meet in order to survive if she wanted to go and talk to the king. You understand? Verse 13,
Answer Esther, think not with thyself that thou shalt escape in the king's house more than all the Jews.
Right. It says, think not for thyself. What does that mean, think not for thyself? What does it mean to think not for thyself? Go ahead.
Don't only think about yourself, but there's others out there that you need to think about it. Based on be selfish. Your brothers and sisters out there being destroyed. You only think about yourself. So you really checking like, hey, it ain't all about you now.
Right. Let's go to Matthew chapter 16 and verse 25 real quick. Hold that. Let's go to Matthew 16. Let's go see. Let's read Matthew chapter 16. Boom. Verse 24. Start at verse 24. Let's read this. Whoever got it, y'all can read it. Come. Go ahead. Matthew chapter 16. Matthew chapter 16, starting at verse 24. Somebody said, lean not on your own understanding. 100%. That's right, it says, lean not on your own understanding. You listen to these Christian pastors, they're going to lean on their own understanding of these scriptures. They lean into their own understanding and telling you to give your money. Give your money. That's how you're going to get that job. Give your money. That's how you're going to get that car. Give your money. That's how you get out of this hell. Meanwhile, he got his own, he rolling in the Rolls Royce right now. You know what I'm saying? Rolling in that Escalade, leaning on his own understanding. Listen, man, in I.S.U.P.K, we don't lean on understanding. That's why we're reading these scriptures. That's why we read the Bible right now, because we do not lean on our own understanding. We lean on what the Lord has told us to lean on. Go ahead.
Most people that say lean not on your own understanding are leaning on their own.
Right. They're right. That's right. 100%. 100% correct. When you talk about leaning not on your own understanding, you're leaning on your own understanding. Damn right. Listen, man, you got to learn in the scriptures, man. Listen, in your Bible, these scriptures must be broken down by certified priests and prophets of the Lord. Your Christian pastor ain't certified. That nigga was just working at Jack's, and now he got a job as a Christian pastor. Listen, your Christian pastor is not certified to teach these scriptures. Listen, man, the Lord has made it a way that the simple things, that these things are going to be broken down to the simple. You ain't got to go get a PhD to learn this scripture. You understand? This is not how you learn the scriptures, by going to get a PhD in theology, by going to get a master's degree in theology. You don't learn the scriptures like that. You learn these scriptures by listening to the men that live these scriptures, by listening to the men that keep these laws, by righteous men, listening to these righteous men and teaching these scriptures to us, man. You understand? We sit at the feet of Commander General YAHANNA. You know who Commander General YAHANNA is? Man, listen, man. Commander General YAHANNA is the one that stayed. Understand that. He the one that stood when everybody left, man. You understand? Commander General YAHANNA held this truth down when everybody left. Who is your Christian pastor? Your Christian pastor looking for another woman to sleep with. He damn sure might be looking for another boy to sleep with. So lean not onto your own understanding, and let's lean onto these scriptures, man. You understand? If you could, read that when you got it, Baba Kashar.
Matthew chapter 16, verse 24.
Uh-huh.
Then said Jesus unto his disciples,
right.
If any man will come after me,
right,
let him deny himself.
Uh-huh.
And take up his cross.
Uh-huh.
And follow me.
That's what he says. If you want to follow Yahweh, if you want to follow Christ, if you want to follow the Most High God, if you want to follow this righteous life, you have to first deny yourself. How can you deny yourself? This is a question I'm asking. Who is this? Divine Supreme Element. How can you deny yourself? The scripture says you must deny yourself. You said lean not unto your own understanding. How do you deny yourself? You know what I'm saying? Anybody, y'all, I'll ask y'all as well. How do you deny yourself? Go ahead, sis. Mm-hmm. Right. There's definitely one. Smoking, you got to cut that out. Because you might have liked smoking before you came into the truth. And now you know you got to cut that out. That's a good one. What else? Mm-hmm. Right. Mm-hmm. Right.
Just give it up.
Mm-hmm.
This ain't working.
Right.
I'm gonna just change my life around.
Mm-hmm.
Take it over.
Right.
So,
right.
you know, I'm gonna basically change who you were.
That's right.
Follow Christ. He lost after the man.
Right. And now when you say take up your cross, what is that? Take up your cross. I don't want to know. Y'all don't want to talk about no. Y'all don't want to talk about no. Y'all don't want to talk about no. I know y'all don't want to talk about no. What does it mean to take up your cross? What does it mean to take up your cross? It says, and take up his cross and follow me. What does that mean? What is it? So let's talk about the cross. What is that? I ain't mean to go into this one too deep. But this is a good one. What is the cross? What is that cross? You said follow the law, statutes, and commandments. No sweat. Everybody got to do that, right? Everybody got to follow this law, statutes, and commandments. But this says take up his cross. So this is something personal that we have to take up. What does it mean to take up his cross?
No, for sure. Cross to bear
Sound good. That sound good. That ain't quite right. That ain't quite what I'm looking for, though. Go ahead. No sweat. No sweat. Go ahead, Zalmar.
Specific. Taking up your when you taking up your cross, mean you following Christ and taking up the cross, you gotta take whatever's going on in your life. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
That cross,
that's right. Because that cross is your what? What is that cross? That cross is your what? That's your. Go ahead.
That cross is your.
That's your burden. That's your burden. That cross is your burden. That cross is your. I love going to strip clubs. I love going to strip club, but I can't do that. I'm taking up the cross. I can't do that no more. Now I got to carry this shit. You know what I'm saying? I love getting high, but I can't do it no more. And now I got to carry that. I got to carry that. I've unalived people before. I sold dope. I'd have pimped hoes before, but I got to carry that and do this work. I got to carry that. That don't go away. Just because you come into this truth, the issues you had before you came into this truth, they don't go away. You got to carry that with you. That's your cross. Go ahead.
You also say what's coming, like far as you following Christ, you taking that cross up, your family gonna be going against you.
That's right.
Gonna call you crazy.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's right. That 100%. And that rib that you had before you came into the truth, you know what I'm saying? That's your cross. You got to bear. You got to carry that. That's yours, Doc. That's yours. It ain't nobody else's. Go ahead. Yeah, that deny yourself. That's to deny yourself. You know what I'm saying? That sacrificing is you denying yourself. You know what I'm saying? But this bearing your cross, whatever you had, all that you got to take with it. You got to fight it. You got to deal with it. You can't run from that. Even sisters got to do the same thing. They got to take up their cross and they got to run with it. Whatever issues, whatever trauma, whatever problems they had before you came into this truth, you got to fight that. You got to deal with that every day. You got to deal with that every day. And you got to get your counseling. You got to figure out what you got to do to deal with it. Because you got to fight it. This is your cross. You got to bear that. I like the one what the brother was just saying about your rib. Before you come into this truth, you might have had your rib, and that rib might have been a monster or slight. Before you came into the truth, she was a sweetheart. I apologize. Before you came into the truth, she was a sweetheart. And now you came into the truth. Now this bitch has turned to a cold-blooded dragon. Yeah, you got to carry that. You got to carry that. That's your cross. You know what I'm saying? That's your cross. You got to take that up and follow him. Not only do you have to carry that burden, but you got to follow Christ now. You got to keep these laws, statutes, and commandments. Just like going back to the rib. You had that rib, but you can't leave them. Can't leave them. That's your rib. You lay down with that woman. That's your burden. You got to bear that. You know what I'm saying? You had those issues of unaliving, selling dope, pimping women, whatever the case may be. You got to carry that. You got to carry that trauma and follow Christ at the same time. You understand what I'm saying?
I want to know what you know about it. Yeah, I like that.
Real rap. Except your husher. He said, accept your husher as your savory. That might have been a typo. It might have just been a typo. Don't sweat. Sure, that's what that was. Yeah. Don't sweat. You know, we in I.S.U.P.K, we believe Yahweh is who we follow. You know what I'm saying? That's Christ. That's what we're reading about right now. We're talking about denying ourselves and taking up this cross and following after Christ. You know what I'm saying? That's what we're talking about. We got to do that. All right, and keep going. So, like, this is what we want to get to. Verse 25.
Matthew chapter 16, verse 25. For whosoever will save his life shall lose it.
Right. Whosoever shall save his life shall lose it. What that mean to save your life, you're going to lose it? That's oxymoronic. What does that mean that whosoever will save his life shall lose it? What that mean? We're talking about Esther, right? what we're talking about in Esther, right? Esther wanted to save her life. And what does it mean that she would? So the switch side of that is if she had saved her life, she would lose it. What does that mean? What it mean? Go ahead.
You want to keep sleeping with these white women,
you're gonna lose your life. Yeah, right. Yeah, right. You go, and you keep sleeping with the white women. What's gonna happen? You gonna be messing around, living in a trailer park. So, but your Air Force is gonna be dusted and dirty. Man, you mess with these white women, they gonna pull you away from the Lord. You're gonna be out here. You might be celebrating. You're gonna start celebrating Christmas and birthdays, of course. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna be what you call it, MAGA. You're gonna be MAGA member now. You know what I'm saying? Because you done lost your life now. Basically, what we saying, right? You saved your life by saying, I don't want to go out here on this camp. I don't want to go to camp. I want to stay in the house. I don't want to be in the I.S.U.P.K. My wife might not like I.S.U.P.K. because it's too aggressive. It's too hardcore. And you saved your life and you joined some purple group. You joined GOCC, some purple, some real feminine, something real feminine. And now you got rod pics in your cell phone because you did it. You understand what I'm saying? You lost your life. You saved your life, but you lost it at the same time. Keep going, Tazama Salam.
And whosoever will lose his life for my sake shall find it.
And whosoever shall lose his life for my sake shall find it. So what does that mean? What does it mean that we lose our lives? Whosoever will lose his life. What does that mean? What does it mean if you lose your life? I know y'all brothers know. Y'all lost your life with me every Sunday last year. Every Sunday, y'all lost y'all life. You know what I'm saying? What does it mean to lose your life? Go ahead.
You give up those sinful ways.
Right.
Now you follow Christ.
Right.
You ain't eating shrimp, pork, crab, lobster because the Christian church said.
That's right.
The laws are done away with.
That's
now
right.
You follow Christ.
That's right.
I'm telling you the laws are still standing.
That's right. Damn right. And on the brotherhood tip, because we talk about Esther, you lose your life, you lay your life down. It could be literal, bro. You know what I'm saying? We go to camp. We telling the white man to his face that he is the devil. We telling black folks to their face that your Christian pastor ain't 10 cents. Your Christian pastor is worthless. You understand? We say that to their face. That you're a whore, and it's time to stop being a whore. To their face, we tell these brothers this. Somebody might get a little upset. Somebody might get mad that we said that. And they might get so mad to the point that they want to pull out some straps. They've done it before. You know what I'm saying? A devil set fire to, a devil set a fire the first camp I went to. First camp I went to is Birmingham, Alabama. I ain't know nothing about the I.S.U.P.K. for real. Devil set fire right there on the middle of the street. Hey, man. So you got to prepare yourself. The scriptures say what? If any man choose to follow God, prepare yourself for temptation. What does it say? Follow Christ. What was the scripture? I can't remember what it said. It said, prepare yourself for temptation. You got to lose yourself in this fight. You got to lose your life in this fight. You understand? Whosoever shall lose his life. The camera die. God damn, no sweat. We over here with boom. And boom. We still here. Y'all bear with me. We still here. We ain't going nowhere. The views went up. As soon as the camera went out, the views went up. We be right back.
the Lord's 57th annual Passover, April 4th, 2026 in Houston, Texas. You do not want to miss this one, Israel. Shalom.
Hey, shalom, Israel. We back. So like we lost a little bit of camera went out, man. But we still here. Y'all have any questions again, we stay in the chat, man. We still here. We still watching. You know what I mean? If you got any questions, throw them in the chat. We here. All right. But yeah, so if you want to follow Christ, you gotta take your cross up and follow him. Deny yourself, take your cross and follow him. You know what I mean? There's no cowards. You understand? No excuses. You have to follow the Most High. You got to do what he told you to do. You understand? You got to do this thing. You know what I mean? So you got to lose your life. That's what Esther didn't want to do at first. At first, Esther didn't want to follow Christ. Didn't want to lose her life. She wanted to save her life. She was sitting in that ivory palace. She didn't even know that the Israelites was being oppressed and unalive. She wanted to stay over there. So let's keep going. Where we at? What was it in Esther chapter 5? Well, we ain't made it out of chapter 5 yet. All right, we're going to finish this chapter out, then we're going to clip it. All right, go ahead.
Then Mordecai commanded to Esther.
We in Esther, was talking about yet, so like.
We in the book of Esther, chapter 4, verse 13. Then Mordecai commanded to Esther, think not with thyself thou shalt escape in the king's house more than all the Jews. Verse 14, for if thou altogether holdest thy peace at this time, then shall thy enlargement and deliverance arise to the Jews from another place. By thou and thy father's house shall be destroyed. And who knoweth whether thou art come to the kingdom for such a time as this?
Right. So this is what Mordecai was saying, that you say, for instance, you do hold out, and that salvation comes from another place. You can still be unalived even in that ivory palace. There'll be nothing that could prevent that from happening. If the Lord wants you to die, you will die. You understand? If the Lord wants you to be extinguished, your life will be extinguished. That's why we say in the I.S.U.P.K, we fear the Lord. We don't fear the cartel. We don't fear drug dealers. We don't fear whoever the case may be. We have no fear of them. We fear the Most High God. You understand? Keep going.
Then Esther bade them in return Mordecai this answer. Go gather together all the Jews that are present in Susan, as fast as ye for me. Neither eat nor drink 3 days, nor night or day. Also, and my maidens will fast likewise. And so will I go into the king, which is now according to the law. And if I perish, I perish.
Right.
Verse 17. So Mordecai went his way and did according to all that Esther had commanded.
Right. So we'll pick up on the rest of that later on. I think I'm not sure if we're gonna do that in Birmingham or if we're gonna do it up here. I don't know. So we'll pick up on the rest of that. Y'all got any comments or questions about that? Esther was a brave, good. Esther was a brave sister, man. You know what I'm saying? She stood up and did that. You know what I mean? She stood up and went to the king, and we're gonna finish what happened and see what happened with Haman, because Haman was still a dirty devil, dirty bastard. You know what I mean? So, but we'll get into that next. We'll get into that tomorrow night. Y'all got any questions or anything? Y'all said y'all got no questions. So, who got those security announcements? I.S.U.P.K security announcements. We're going to get into this, man. Listen, man, make sure y'all getting ready for the Passover. Passover is coming up. Hope you got your flights together. Hope you got your situations together. You know what I mean? If you don't have it together now, you better start getting it together because it's going down. Yeah, hope because it's going down. Houston, Texas. It's going down in Houston, Texas in a major way. Make sure y'all be ready for the Passover, man. You know what I'm saying? It's going down. All blacks, Hispanics, and natives are invited to the Passover going down in Houston, Texas, April 4th at the B&H Ranch. Make sure y'all pull up, man. And with that, I'm going to pass the class to Priest and Officer 50 from that top of the dot.
All right. We are the I.S.U.P.K, started on 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Root for a new brother and sister. When a new brother and sister come into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother and sister. There's another 6 months which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6 months period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithe, which is commandments, Numbers 18:21, Malachi chapter 3, verse 8 through 10, means 10th in the Hebrew, ma'ashra. 10% every penny of any increase the Lord give you, to give to the treasury department or teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocation. Right now we in the Feast of Purim, the opening. Tomorrow is to be the closing of the Feast of Purim. If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, start wearing all black boots, shirts, pants, headbands, scarf. And with that, I'm gonna give we get a one courtesy salute to the brothers, men of Israel, Mazum, Shabbat, Mazum, Barak, Yahweh, Yahshua. We give one courtesy salute to the sister, men of Israel, Mazum, Shabbat, Mazum, Barak, Yahweh, Yahshua. Class dismissed.
Oh, I get on my mat.
Hold on. You get it?
He parted the Red Sea, and the entire nation of Israel walked out of the slavery
The I.S.U.P.K presents the Lord's 57th annual Passover, April 4th, 2026 in Houston, Texas. You do not want to miss this one, Israel. Shalom.
And all the warriors be like,